Hi, Facebook. It's Christina Apt, and usually we're RTB-TV Fridays, but this week we're on a Thursday evening because we wanted to bring you to the Hamburg Autism Resource Center, and Thursday evening was the best time to do it, to give you a full scope of what goes on here with the Director of Community Resource and Outreach. Her name is Karen Molloy, and she's here with us tonight, and we're going to turn the camera around on Karen and walk through the Resource Center and give you an idea of why this facility is so integral to Hamburg and to the entire community of Southern Erie County and into the southern tier of New York State. So here we go. Hi, Karen.
Hi.
How did you come to this job?
Well, I was looking for something where I could be involved in the community. I grew up in Buffalo, had been moved away for the last 10 years and recently moved back last year, so I wanted to be involved with the community.
That's great. So tell us a little bit about the room we're in, and while you tell us, I'm going to kind of pan around so people can see.
This is our conference room, so we hold our parent support groups here as well as our informational workshops. The parent support group meets twice a month. We have 2 different nights to try to accommodate families. And we also have the informational workshops, which are once a month, and we hold those in this room as well.
I think that's something that people don't think about too much when they think about serving people with autism. It's not just the individual, but it's also their families, especially when it comes to respite, when giving the family a break from really what ends up being constant care is needed for them to give to their person that has autism.
Absolutely. Yes, this is a great space where they can utilize it very well with the whiteboard and the computer, and we can have presentations, we can have active discussions in here. It's a really great space, and we use it a lot.
And then there's also a side benefit to having the Autism Resource Center in Hamburg, the fact that this center is available to the community at large.
So if you're looking for a place to have, to hold a space, to have a conversation, to have a presentation, you can use this facility. You can come see me, and we can discuss the guidelines around using the space.
So it's a nice resource for the Hamburg community. Coming into a really large open room, and again, I'm going to go to the room so you can tell us what we're looking at.
Okay, this is our community education room. We have our social skills group, which meets in here, and also our respite program uses this space as well. So we have a variety of different activities for the people we serve that they can access and use these wonderful tools that we have here.
I'm looking at a lot of games. It looks like musical instruments.
So when we have like the respite program, they play a lot of games together, and in the social skills program, they also play games together, which is a great tool for getting everyone to work on their social skills.
Around the other side of the room, you can see that the whole room is highlighted by these canvases of beautiful, bright, exciting artwork.
Yeah, so all of the art is from our art program. We're very big on the arts at Autism Services, so that all of the artwork you see, it gets interchanged. We have an art director who comes out and swaps it out from time to time.
And again, as we talked about your meeting room, the art segment of the Resource Center is also something that plays into the community, that the art is available if businesses or someone are interested in borrowing it.
Yeah, you would just reach out to our art director. You could contact me, and I could, contact her for you as well.
We're going to move on to the library.
We have resources here available for families, and we have quite an extensive library that continues to grow through donations. People like to donate their books when they're finished using them, which is great. And we also have quite a variety, everything from dietary to education resources, parenting, skill development. So educators can borrow the books, anyone really. It's really open to the community. We just want to spread awareness.
So are these books meant to be how-to books or helpful books for people trying to help a family member or a loved one that has autism? Or are these meant to be books for people with autism to read?
Well, it's a little bit of both, because we do have some books written by authors that are on the spectrum.
And then there's books like this that look like the books that I would go to the local library to get for my grandchild.
And this is actually a children's book written by a child on the spectrum.
And over here,
yes,
lots of colorful, looks like toys to me, but I'm sure they have a real purpose for you.
There's lots of different sensory items. So we have balls and different cushions. we also have these weighted vests. So they come in different sizes, and then you can also put the weights inside of them to make them heavier or lighter.
Why? Why would you want to put a weighted vest on someone?
Well, for some people, having the weight kind of makes them feel grounded, and they like that added pressure. And there's also weighted blankets as well. And then there are these, which are called body socks, and you can actually get inside of them, and it's almost like a cocoon. And it serves the same purpose. It kind of...
Is it like one of those snuggle things where you jump into a whole big, like a sleeping bag almost?
It's got a similar idea to that, yeah. The OT programs, occupational therapists use a lot of these kind of things. For some children, it's a soothing type of feeling. But again, with anybody on the spectrum, everyone is different. So some people might not like this at all, and some do. And that's why we have these different items available for people to try, because they can be quite expensive. So you don't want to spend a lot of money buying something and then never use it. So it's a great way to try something out and see if it works for your family.
Okay, I think we have one room left, or one room that we're going to take on this tour. And that will be...
This is our sensory room. So during our respite programs, maybe even our social skill programs, if there's a participant who needs a little bit of a break, they can come in here. We have a giant bean bag. We have a weighted blanket. Again, the same concept as the weighted vests. We also have a bubble machine. When you turn it on, it has different colors, and the bubbles come floating up in the water. And then we also have a projector, which we can shine onto the wall. Same experience. And they can turn the lights off and just sort of take a break. So this is a great room for that.
Okay, round the corner.
All right, and this is our gallery. Again, this has a lot of our artwork from our participants and our programs. And this changes frequently. We have an art director who comes in and changes it up. Sometimes it's based on a theme.
This is artwork done by autistic people.
Yes, and this is like a great form of expression for them and a great way for them to communicate.
Now, do they do this artwork solo? There's no one standing over their shoulder suggesting colors or shapes?
It's original artwork, yes.
So if you had to describe to someone who has an autistic family member what this center can do for them and for their family member or their loved one, what would you tell them?
Well, it's a great place to start if you've just recently had your child diagnosed or been in this community for a long time. It's a great place to come to have community, to be a part of our parent support group. It's just a great place to come to get information. So we're constantly bringing in professionals from our agency and also other agencies throughout the area to give families more information on current programs, and just there's so much to know. So it's just a wonderful source, and we're really lucky to have this space. Yeah, we have families coming in from like Silver Creek, Dunkirk, the Chautauqua area. So we really have a large pool of families that we help serve here.
Great. For anyone who is interested in more information about Hamburg's Autism Resource Center, how can they call you or contact you?
The phone number here is 716-992-0131. We also have the website for our main agency, which is friendsofasi.org.
What's ASI?
Autism Services, Inc.
Okay. And for anyone who's interested in Run the Burg, the proceeds of Run the Burg will go to continue the work being done here at the Autism Resource Center in Hamburg. And that's why we spend the time trying to show you the difference that you're making. If you're a runner, if you're a walker, however you participate in Run the Burg, you are making a difference, and you are making a facility like this happen. So thank you for your participation. And if you want to know more, please go to runtheburg.org, and we will look forward to seeing you on June 3rd. And thank you for your time tonight, Karen.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody. See you next Friday for RTB-TV.